Okay, this is the Animation Academy at California State Fair 2024. Origins. Phantasmagoria, 12 rectangular mirrors. Just read this. Glacier Studio was founded in 1921 and produced by Equal Studios, founded by Max Fleischer, Dave Fleischer, responsible for Coco the Clown, Betty Boop, Bimbo, Popeye the Sailor, Institute of Superman. I've seen cartoons of those, I've a few of them. Felix, the surreal, one of the first popular, really popular characters. One of surreal situations made him quite well known. Let's say, Gertie the Dinosaur. Ah, yes. Gertie the Dinosaur was a 1914 animated short film by American cartoonist Silent, and animator Winsor McKay. Gertie does tricks, looks like a trained elephant. She's animated in a naturalistic style, unprecedented for time. She breathes rhythmically. She shifts her weight as she moves, and her abdominal muscles undulate as she throws water. Gertie, yes, her name is Gertie, will come out of that cave, do everything I tell her to do. Be a girl, and a good girl, and bad to the audience. There she is. So you can imagine why this would have been so exciting at the time. And it looks like you could book a presentation. Back in the old days. Probably on YouTube, you should take a look at it. It's quite, even for what it is, it's still pretty neat. Hey. Well, look at that. Isn't that pretty neat, eh? So this is some of the early animation. Very early. You could take photos here. Let's say. Origins, the Magical Lantern. Magical Lantern was an early type of image projector employing painted pictures or photographs on sheets of glass, a lens, and a bright light source. Sequential images. This is basically the concept of animation itself. One of the earliest examples of full bells a 200-year-old pottery bowl discovered shortly east of Clon, Iran. The bowl has 5 sequential images painted around to show faces of goat, living independent tree. 4,000-year-old Egyptian mural found the tomb of Tepelov, I don't know how to pronounce that, which is a very long series of images depicting a sequence of events in a wrestling match. So it's basically the concept of animation, that then you show like each image sequence, one at a time. Then with the trope, I don't know how to pronounce that either. Disc with one picture on each side, attached to 2 pieces of string. When the strings are twirled quickly between the fingers, the 2 pictures appear to blend in one due to the persistence of vision. That's true. Ah, yeah, stereoscope. Oh, this is a camera phone. Here's see that works here. You can picture. Ah, yes. Let's go. Stereoscope. Ah, yes. 2 pictures, different angles. Your home entertainment from 1850s to 1930s. 2 different images, 5 different angles. Appear to be one single image in 3D. I've seen these. It's pretty good. I have some slides like that. Of course, you can download them quite easily. Actually, you can convert them as well to MPO or MPS, I believe, formats if you have a digital 3D display. That's pretty nice. Flip camera lucidia, optical device used as a drawing eye to allow the artist to see the scene and draw on the surface at the same time, like a photograph, double exposure. Flip books, ah yes, this were started in 1868. That is, you flip the images very rapidly. It appears like it's moving. I've seen those, Magic Lantern. Where do I have one here? Oh yes, well here's a stereoscope. Ah yes, I certainly seen these before. Don't have one myself, but I do actually have a book. It kind of uses that as incorporates a stereoscope into it, 3D conversions of classic artwork. There's a Proximascope. So, and it improves on the zoetrope by just narrowing viewing slits with inner circle mirrors. Later version was capable of projecting images on the screen through long strip of drawings were still made, obviously, with the film projector. Right, so here's it. You can read this. This is quite lengthy, don't want to read it all out. Sorry, miss. Feel free to pause this stuff. Some of these are quite complicated to talk about. So true. Anyway, I'm sorry this is boring, but this is from the early days of animation. Here's one of the more common ones, stop motion animation. Like, if you're familiar with, this is going to be a 3D conversion of it, what is that film? This has been used in some movies here and there. Someone is going to try to animate a movie here. You see? You move the figure slightly a bit. When you go to see how that goes there, and when you're satisfied, you record it and press play. Let's see what kind of masterpiece you got going here. How much more do you want to show? So you get the concept of there, I hope. Yes, the pirates. So this uses a concept. Oh yes, I believe that this one had used that stop motion animation. There you go. There are the figures here. Our pirates, of course, the best one. Yes, it's pretty. I've seen that movie. It's alright. Digital 3D, by the way. I have that on Blu-ray 3D. These are some of the figures they used. These look like dolls of sorts. They animated slightly. These are kind of figures that the artist would use in any kind of movie would use to get an idea of what the character should look like from different angles. Right, good stuff. Conceptuals. All right. These are concept or drawings. They're like doodles, basically, to get an idea of how the character should look and move here. This is just from Ice Age here. Right. Speaking of DreamWorks, there's a big stock shoe of Po from Kung Fu Panda films. Yes, Art Closely. Yes, this is the one I was thinking about. He worked on Gumby here. He worked on Toy Story too. Little Prince, that was stop motion animation. Look at all these throwing folks. Pixar, so the Bonson, the little Toy Story 2, night before Christmas, I did another stop motion animation there. He inspired a lot of people, you could say here. Company's creator, 21 to 2010. You may have noticed there's some of Gumby's friends that stop motion animation there. There's speaking of Gumby here. There's a Gumby. Showing some of that looks here. Welcome to the world of Gumby. Go behind the scenes to learn more about Gumby and Puppet Studio. What it takes to create stop motion animation. So there's a lot of work involved here with this. And Anthony Scott had used this kind of animation here for Nightmare Before Christmas. You may have heard of it. Coraline. Yes. By the way, Coraline is getting a digital 3D conversion. It's coming out. When it's on. Please do not touch. Okay, I'm not sure why they have a. Right, for whatever reason. Use these cable planks to create some of your favorite animation castles. So activities you can participate in. Process, clay models, Traditional model can be created in clay, ceramics, plasticine, or sculpting. Yeah, the head ghost as well. It gives them a consistent idea of what to look for. Maquettes. Technical name for a physical model of an animated character, usually out of clay or molded plaster. The maquettes help to provide reference points, drawing different angles. Sometimes they use them in different colors as well. And they're tools for creating these figurines. Here's some of them here. Once again, we have figure stuff from Frameworks, Shrek, yeah. Dragon, R. Puss in Boots. Oh, Puss in Boots is great in Puss in Boots in last week. Great stuff. Basic water frame. Chuck Jones, Center for Creativity. Oh, stop motion Puss in Boots. We were talking about stop motion. We were talking about that earlier. So it's basically an evolution of the clay motion, basically. Except you're using basically like a doll, but pretty much. You're moving tiny bits of tiny moving parts of it, tiny bits there. And usually you'll create many backups of it, many different figures and sizes for different kinds of shots. 3D modeling, you can do this as well. They can be digitally animated, and basically it's what they do nowadays in these so-called 3D animation is pretty much like what they use nowadays. It's very much concept to traditional stop motion animation like Coraline or The Nightmare Before Christmas. Nowadays, they're using special effects, something to combine two or more images to one. The final image is usually you can use to combine like a foreground image, or such as on a ship, or with a background image. Traditional matte paintings are painted on glass. Yes, they used to use those quite a bit in the old days. Green screen, they use this kind of thing quite a lot. Because video cameras are most sensitive to green. Double exposure, sometimes use the blue screen. Camera shutters open more than once, expose the film multiple times, using two different images. Change subsequent images come on, you can have different effects. So this is what that green screen might look like. You might have seen on the weather. Look like that. So you get your some photo ops here. But today only at the Animation Academy made Disney fine artist Tom Mask. Here's some fine art, and you are Tom Mask, are you?
I'm Tom.
This is Tom here. It used to be with the old cell animation. You used to go and get them from right there from the Underground Vault down in Old Sacramento at Stag Zone. But you don't really see that anymore. It's a thing of the past with the computers and all that newfangled stuff. But there's still fine Disney artists making things here for you to go and put up on your wall. Thank you there, Tom Mask. And yes, you can probably buy some here, it looks like. There's stuff to buy. But before we get into any of that, let's continue our educational tour before we start buying stuff. I'm sure you have a lot of loads of stuff you've already purchased over the years. There's Zoltar. Well, Zoltar is actually kind of animation as well. This is animatronics, what they call them. They're mechanical devices in which the little pieces, the different pieces like Hans or whatever, would blink according to various methods. It could be reel-to-reel in the olden days, Pizza Time Theater, or Chuck E. Cheese as it's called now, and various other establishments, mostly pizza or theme parks. Would use the reels. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's kind of like tape. Kind of like a cassette type. Anyway, and nowadays they switch over to CDs, and now they probably use files off of a computer or something. I have footage of this, don't worry. You can go watch that. Termite Terrace, it's actually not else, but it's a productive one. Made fun. So these are the folks that Chuck Jones talking. This is one of the most important studios for animation. They created Looney Tunes. Old building on Sunset Boulevard, 1934 to 1937. This still character still recreates some of your favorite characters. So the still here illustrates the entire concept of animation. So we get someone talking stories, I guess, someone reviewing them, some sketches here. Somebody drawing them, I guess. Some painting them, yes, and doing some more stuff. That's kind of the concept here. Process of animation. So you say there are many different steps. I'd probably go on YouTube or something, but there are about loads of steps, including voices. Yes, here's some. You want to get a selfie here? SpongeBob here. And yeah, let's take a look at the history here. Oh yes, we should go back to Gumby here, since we were talking about that earlier. Gumby through the years. '20s. He also created Davey Lloyd. It was a religious theme show. Oh, I'm not going to read all this. I've definitely seen Gumby here. Eddie Murphy impersonated him on the show. That's Gumby in action there. Still remember watching this. So he's recording it. It's about new people, a new TV series is in the works. Ah, yes. Let's take a look here at history of animation. Origins of animation, American animation. Gertie the Dinosaur, that's where we start. Go ahead there. Trying to do something here for YouTube, sorry about that. You're right, so 1914. Hey, the fellow Andrew almost every 10,000 drawings he used for the film, Winsor McKay. First film used animation techniques, keyframes, registration marks, tracing paper, the mutoscope, action viewer, and animation loops. There's quite a bit of people here. That's really quite amazing, actually. Mickey Mouse, 1933. Mickey's rival from 1936. Steamboat Willie, 1928. That's public domain now. Mickey Mouse, 1933. Little Order Friends here. Disney produced quite a lot of stuff. These are like concept sketches. Mortimer Mouse, I believe that is. Bill Saccott, 1919. Betty Boop, Fleischer's Bullboy. So these are like model guides actually, reference guides. They produced these in the old days. Probably still do in a different format. For to give the animators a concept of what everything should look like, different angles, moods and such things. 1933, it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first animated feature film. First feature length is 60 minutes or more. Here's a real genuine sale of and background for Woody Woodpecker. This is how they used to be in the olden days. Is it? Maybe it's not, but looks pretty good. That looks like a sketch here. Post-war Fishing Bear, 1940. Sort of been from the start of animation, the post-war boom in 1940. Title work sale. This is a real sale from the olden days. Every aspect needed for an so it says. This product sketch. This is a real sketch here, folks. Red Hot Riding Hood, 1994. It was voted as one of the 50 greatest cartoons of all time. Little Audrey here. You may not have seen this one too much. Red Hot Riding Hood, 1943. 50s, Gerald Boing Boing, 1950. Okay, here's another background in sale. Let's look at the legit article here. Unique store, story by Dr. Seuss. Award winner in 1950 Academy Award for Best Animated Short, Gerald Boing Boing. The little boy speaks through sound effects instead of spoken words. Collected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry of Congress, being really important. Very good guy. Oh, here's another kind of selfie thing here going. I like that hair there, that person, an organism. The 60s here, Groovy Man. Fred Bluestone came out in this time. ABC, the original run was from 1966. I think you're pretty familiar with this fellow. These are another reference sketch here. Yogi Bear, 1960. First character created by Hanna-Barbera, a very important studio. Fred Flintstone was partner at the star of the Honeymooners, Jack Skellington. I'm sure that you no doubt be familiar. 1969, Scooby-Doo. There's a real animation still and background from the show. One of the first major cartoon franchises, a bunch of TV shows and such things. Started in 1969. Fred, Daphne, Velma, Norville, Shaggy. Yes, you're familiar with these, aren't you? Uncle Sam, Magoo, 1970. Seen Magoo stuff. He's basically a guy can barely see. He gets all kinds of wacky hijinks, and someone manages to decide to die. Right.
But my brother and I always had the running thing because we were always like Art and Lisa.
Oh, it's more artwork. Artwork. Lone Ranger.
On the Simpsons couch.
Saturday morning cartoons. Oh yes, I remember these guys. A lot of animation was actually used to promote cereal. You see some of that here. Those of you who did not grow up in, those of you who grew up who didn't grow up in the days of 424-hour animation channels or channels with a bunch of animation, they may not be know what the concept of a Saturday morning cartoon is. Well, it's Saturday morning with whereas most of the cartoons used to be put on the telly. I remember they started out in cartoons to the afternoon lineup, so that was pretty exciting on weekdays. Good stuff here. Here's some more concept sketches here. Got good loads of these here. Look at that. Timon and Pumbaa. Captain America. Yeah, good bunch of this good stuff there. This is what it looks like in the olden days. You used to go and sit on the desk here and draw things. They would usually to say some work. They would put a separate background because the characters move around, move their hands and talking, whatever. The background doesn't usually change too much, so you keep those around, and you type things too, words to figure out what to say. Chuck Jones, he's one of those most important animators. You see here, you can move here. You see this here as they move about. You can see it takes a lot of time there to do that. Animators like an actor with a pencil, indeed. So this is the kind of stuff you would have seen in. Well, they're working on these things. You'd illuminate them while tracing them.
Check out the dinosaur Gumby's not paying attention to.
Gumby.
Hungry. The artists at Cloaky Studios.
Looks like this is another quiz. Roadrunner cartoons that were set in the Southwest American desert as distinct look. Right, good. Masters Animation. Some of the best, but Bob Clampett here. Mel Blanc, he was a voice actor. You could do boatloads of different voices. It was amazing. You didn't need a bloke. You could have like one bloke there to do a whole bunch of different characters here. Bob Clampett. Beanie, created Beanie here. This dinosaur, cute, isn't it? Sea serpent actually. Created a Lloyd publisher called CC, and then the pal was actually this boy here named Beanie. See, so I do remember seeing these types here, video types actually. Never seen the actual show itself, but I've seen the video types of it. Books, long time ago. Mark Twain here. A long, slim, slick, sorry-looking skeleton of a living, something a luxury of want. He's always hungry. Mark Twain, roughing it. Go planning adventures. This quote would also one day inspire the creation of Wiley Coyote. Chuck Jones read this book 9 or 10. He thought I was thinking of him, reading Dr. British Huckleberry Finn, Mr. Tom Sawyer and other stuff. Yes. Interesting stuff. Look at that concept here. Oh, amazing, eh? Another place for selfies here.
Sorry.
Tortoise in the hare. This is a set here. one of the still fun animation by Ray Harrison. You may remember this, Jason the Argonauts. None of the original sets survived 48 years later. He found Richard complete the film. And there we have it there. They recreated the original film then. Yeah, there you have it. And you would have seen something like this. Look, that's a fox. Can't go wrong with foxes, can we? Inky Pints. There are your different colors. Samples. They sport a color. It's very artist-based with animation illustrations, isn't this one? Still vinyl swatches of animation. Complete set of colors revealed to animators in 2019. They announced they're no longer supporting these big images. Color variant. There's quite a bit of so this gives you an idea of where they want the different colors to go. Inky Pint. The idea here is that you'd transfer the drawing to a thin clear sheet of plastic called a cell. First of all, you add colors appropriate size, and then you put that on. And you can layer them on one after another. The opaque background will be seen beneath all the cells. So there's usually like one static background they'll use for a different scene, like when people are talking or walking or whatever. And then they'll paint over those drawings onto a piece of plastic. They put them onto a piece of plastic basically and put it over here. This is the way it used to be done for a long time. Many of you may not know the days, but before the days with computers and all that fancy stuff, what they call 3D animation, which is not always in digital 3D, not always in 3D actually. It's confusing, isn't it? They mainly use this. There's also the stop motion on there, like with Gumby. But most would use this for many decades.
I gotta go find it.
So there's a lot here you can learn about 3D and stop motion. Maybe we did that one. Thank you, Pooh. 3D Zoetrope. I talked about this earlier. Produced an illusion of live action from a rapid succession of static images. They use pictures to normal models. But in this device, three-dimensional models are placed around a large circular platter, different pose. So it spins at 60 revolutions per minute, and it makes everything look like a blur. Different technical stuff here. I hope you can read all that. Every show begins 5 minutes. Ooh, look at all that. So the idea here is that it would spin around and you'd see it appeared as if they're moving. Father of the modern cartoon, Emil Cole. Oh. Father of American animation, was actually born in England. Inspired by Thomas Edison inventions. Blackstone founded the Vitagraph company, started producing films. First movie was The Enchanted Drawing in 1900. True Grey cartoon is it's an art in its own right. Max Fleischer is not the assistant or supportive artiness. In fact, he's actually hampered by it. He invented the rotoscope, fast on early attempts at felt he could improve at animation. Felt he could improve on it with getting better than jerky animation. So he used the rotoscope to make animators be able to draw figures frame by frame, creating over the film action, thereby creating more lifelike movement. You've seen this? It's actually quite impressive. If I fail, you will never hear me again. Edvard Muybridge, 1904. Photograph studies moving animals, people, a series of 100 images, paved the way for animation to understand the slowest of time, creating an illusion of motion. Lillian Friedman Astor is the first woman to receive credit as a lead animator for Fleischer Brothers Studios, and eventually began animating various Betty Boop cartoons. Helena Smith Dayton. 1883 to 1916. First female animators. use stop motion animation, created her first play cartoons 1916 1917 before volunteering in World War I. Thank you for your service. Given all the playwright and fine art painter. I believe in the truth of fairy tales more than I believe the truth of the newspaper. Lotte Ringer, German native, most recognized female silhouette animator, and the first directed feature-length animated film. He used a number of technical advancements in the field, including a multi-plane camera. Any idiot that wants to make a couple of thousand drawings for a few hundred feet of film is welcome to join the club. Winsor McKay, Fuller Animation, created Gertie the Dinosaur in 1914. First animated character many people believe to be a first character with personality. Works, yes, Ubi works 1901-1971. He's very important. He assisted Walt Disney actually. First and one of the first to give his characters depth and roundness. Chuck Jones, he co-created with Walt Disney, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, and Mickey Mouse. He was Mickey Mouse's designer and built the first multi-plane camera in 1933 using parts from an old Chevrolet. Oh wow, what a mouthful, eh? I look for characters that cannot be done in live action. This is what animation is all about. Chuck Jones, I agree. Ah, look at that. Chuck, speaking of that, Chuck Jones, typewriter. Roy for box. So here he is. You see, when he would write with this cartoon here. So here's some of the drawings they're made for. The model here. There's a cartoon itself. So that shows you some of the work here. This is the actual typewriter he used for many of the scripts. Final scripts are usually no more than 2 pages long. Alright. So these look like they were tracing those drawings onto those plastic sheets. Then they're learning how that works. Bugs Bunny on WB Shield. So Mary Melody's production sale here. Yes. Bob Clapper's Bugs Sassy and Zany. Single-hand inked and painted a cartoon image. They look like this here. And so that's what these folks are doing here. You would see the sheet this plastic sheet would go over a background or something here, like this here. You go over that shield, and you'd see something. Well, I hope this has been informative. Basic bouncing ball. So here's the concept of animation, basically. So you should shape will change as you move it about, each frame here. Someone is harder to work trying to do that here. And I believe there's a bit more over here. We can go watch the cartoons. All the background, yes. Film television production, yes, we already mentioned backgrounds before. Here are some of them. Characters need a stage or set to act within. Hand characters need a background, so usually the cells are usually on a paint or whatever. Film backgrounds usually done with gouache or acrylic paint. Sometimes they're doing other things. And nowadays it's usually done with digital backgrounds. But in the old days they would go and draw these and paint them. And then the characters would go on top of them. This would be like a stage basically. Optical effects. Photographs using multiple exposure montages of the Chiffon process. Mechanical effects. Live action shooting like props. Create a physical win, and so there's a lot going on. Computer generated image. Yes, this is what they use the most nowadays. CGI often used like great dinosaur. Jurassic Park is used a lot of that. Most of these movies now made nowadays use that. And the animation is used in so-called live action films as well. You know, like Robocall, for instance. Okay, the ED209. And people are gonna do pictures here. I'm hearing some sounds of animations somewhere. Heard Speed Race earlier. Okay, well, like, subscribe, stay foxy.